Alright, what is up guys? So today I just wanted to do a pretty quick tutorial, kind of like the Gabber Kick one I've done before. It's just like 5 minutes. It's probably not going to just be 5 minutes because I'm already spending a lot of time talking. But today I wanted to go over how to make a Frenchcore Kick. Um, Pretty simple. I am gonna use uh, Ableton's saturator, but similar effects can be achieved with like a Wave Shaper in FL Studio, for example. But yeah, anyways, uh, to get right off started, there's two parts to the kick that you're gonna want. A punchy kick. So if I forget where I keep the folders. Okay, yeah. So in Vengeance packs, bass drums, club kicks, you don't have to use these, but similar styled kicks. So I'm just gonna go through, find one that I might like this one. And we're gonna minimize pretty low. Now, a Frenchcore kick is gonna take up a whole quarter note. This bass right here is gonna collide with our Serum, so we're gonna cut that off, and then so that it's just the eighth note covering up the eighth note, and then your bass tail is gonna be an eighth note as well. I'm gonna do G for the sake of the tutorial, and we already kind of have the idea of one, but that's not just it. There's more to it. So in Serum, you're gonna want to use particularly like the analog or maybe some of the digital wavetables, but you don't want to use anything that has too much in it, like this. Like you want just more basic shapes. So if I just decide to go through, I think I did one with this one and it turned out pretty well. Pretty good. So, and then maybe this one. So that I can tell is already going to give good results. And then you're basically done with Serum because now it's all just post-processing by grouping the two together, the punchy kick and the tail. So then this next step may seem a little weird, but what you're going to do is you're going to drop saturator. I'm going to just go with hard curve. Turn on soft clip and boost it all the way, 36 decibels, and I'll turn it down by 8 just in case, but it should sound like this. Turn it down just a little bit lower. So cool. We basically have that. And what's next? We could do one more distortion layer because this is kind of meh. It could use a little more editing, so we're just gonna add a EQ and then add some more distortion. I'm gonna go through these presets. There's one I use when I was reminding myself how I typically think it was this one. And I'm just playing with the dry and wet because I don't want to be at max. This isn't good. But if I have it somewhat cutting through, maybe let's try this one. Yeah, let's just go with this. So this is the most important part. This is how you're going to shape your kick to get really interesting results. And of course, this EQ is going to the distortion. But besides the fact, one of the main things you could do is add in a low cut like this. Here, just so I could show the results a little more defined. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, so now I'm messing with this. You can get a lot of different results. So yeah, there's not much sub, so we could add that back in a little bit. As you can see, there's a peak right here. This is peeking through, so maybe just reduce that. Pretty simple. Maybe add some mid. See, like that's pretty cool. I already like the character that's showing through. But basically, I would like to reiterate that the EQ is, well, two parts are important. The saturator, the initial saturator, just completely destroying the original sound, and then the EQ with the distortion, but specifically what you're doing in the EQ, because you can get so many results. So what I can do is extend this. And we can go ahead. I hate that it defaults to green. That's an ugly color that I don't care for. But so boom, we have this. So what I would then do, is that you need to your sub isn't necessarily going to be clean. Like if I drop an EQ on here and then solo out the bass region. It's not as great as it could be. So what we could do is, I don't know, let's drop silent, then bank, load, pretty masters, sub bass XL. Go like this, boop boop boop. Where is my G note? And then we can do a little setting here where this might be weird, but I'm gonna completely cut out this up. Maybe to 70, just for example, and then automate the device, the Pro Q3 being turned on, to only turn on when it gets to this, so that it cuts off during the tail, because the initial punch is already. But now sorry, phasing issues if I do that. Well, because it's playing multiple sounds at once. And then I don't know, we could just drop a glue compressor, bring back the threshold a little bit, and then bring it. And then just one more time, render it. So this is a little problematic. I guess one other thing I could do is drop in the, where's my, yeah, there it is, Oxford Inflator Native. Either I could do boost it until it's completely squashed, or I could just like maybe boost the output by 3 dB and it should flatten it out. Yeah, like that's better. And then just for the sake of things, I've experienced in Ableton that I do get decent results just pitching the tail through regular Ableton. If I just go like this, but then it should also work in FL Studio, of course, because FL Studio's pitching is quite good actually. It's a lot better than Ableton's, I'd say, for pitching kicks. Because like for hardstyle, for example, I find myself having to use nimble kick a lot. So the only problem is for nimble kick, I would have to render this and then save it and all that. But I don't want to do that right now, and I know that I already have Frenchcore kicks that I've made, so I'm just gonna try and take the oh, sorry, that was probably really loud. Time to find it. Yeah, so all of these I've kind of made in this same the same way. Yeah, and then if I just genre MIDI clip, the only problem is on Trying to find the right. Oh, it's muted. Hold on. Solo the punch. Yeah. It works pretty well in here too for pitching. Not sure what the reason is for why it works so well, but like why Frenchcore kicks pitch so well versus hardstyle kicks that I typically make. But anyways, yeah, that's the general process that you can get pretty good results for Frenchcore kicks. Really simple. It's not a lot of Frenchcore producers are quite known, and for those who are wanting to try and maybe become one, I hope this tutorial is helpful. Again, I take requests. If anyone wants to give requests, I'll try and do tutorials on. I've done a request on going over my track Redacted, as someone requested, and then there's another one. I think it was I don't know, it was a specific sound from a song. I went and tried figuring out how to make it, and then I made it and showed them how, and yeah. But anyways, if you would like to see more content, please subscribe, notification bell, or whatever all the cool kids say these days. Leave a like, comment. But yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. See ya.